I would like to talk today about a very controversial topic, about a topic that's not very popular, about a topic that everybody hides from, about a topic that isn't easy to talk about a topic that I believe many in secret would like to know answers. And that topic is how to overcome lust, sexual lust, specifically sexual lust, because when we just say lust, well, there can be many kinds of lust, right? Lusting for money, lusting for food, lusting for this, for that, lusting for her, for him, lusting for things. Lust, the definition of lust is just a wanting. But what I'm talking about is what probably the whole world probably can guess when I say when I talk about the word lust. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the word lust and what I've learned um, as an individual who believes in Jesus Christ. I've walked with God for 12 years, and I'll give you my opinion. I'll give you my theory, and this is just a theory, but this is what I believe, right? This is what I believe that God has taught me. Lust is very, very powerful, if not one of the most, if not the most powerful emotion or energy in our world. This is a very powerful and strong energy, and there are people who openly discuss it, and there's mostly I should say there are a few people who discuss it, and for the most part, the rest of the people, the majority of the people, really don't discuss it because it is something that's very shameful, and it's not easy, right? It's really not. And here's my thought on overcoming lust. Okay, now I don't think there's any person in this world who has not struggled with lust. Okay, so don't tell me that you never struggled with lust, because you have. Here's my little lesson, okay? So there are two classes. There's people who have struggled with lust, but very little. That depends on their character and how they are in their own individuality and life, okay, according to how God has given them grace, and by a reason and measure of who they are. Everybody, every individual on this earth, every woman and man, child, is different. Okay, each one of us is different, and each one of us can perceive or understand things differently according to how each person is. So some people may sense lust or things like that, but very, very, very extremely little. Why? Because of how they are, of how they perceive. They may not perceive as someone who's more whatever, like they may have a different kind of character, that they're more perceptive, they're looking more, they're more intelligent, as opposed to someone who is just like isn't so perceptive, doesn't care about this and that, and they have a very simple life, and they just have a simple life and a simple kind of understanding. Okay, but anyways, my point of what I'm trying to make is not to bash people that this class is like this and this class is like this. No. That's what I'm trying to make a group. Okay, I'm trying to separate that there's different groups of people in this world, and two groups. One group, again, that may not sense lust as easy, and for the most part, most people in this world senses lust quite a lot, I believe. We live, take a look at our world, though. Our world is like pure lust. The way that everything is seen on TV, and even in video games and shows, movies, in pictures, in books, in fantasies. There's a lot of temptation out there, and for a man, it's not easy, and I'm sure even for a woman, it's not easy. But let's get back to what I'm trying to say here, because I don't have too much time, and I don't want to make this video too long, because I know probably not a lot of people are going to watch this, but whoever watches this, trust me, you're going to want to hear this. How do you overcome lust? Let me tell you very, very shortly how you overcome lust. You cannot overcome sexual lust in this world. I'm going to get hate for this. That's okay. Let me explain why. You can control it. You can control lust 100% by the power of God. Yes, you can walk in the power of God and control lust 100% of the time, every day until you die. Yes, you can walk defeating lust But lust is not going away. You cannot destroy, you cannot kill lust. Lust doesn't go away, my friend. Trust me, you're going to learn this the hard way if you don't listen to what I'm saying now, because I've gone through this and I figured it out. By God's grace, He gave me understanding and knowledge to separate, to divide, to test, and this is the truth. How do you overcome lust? Lust in this world, right? Or specifically lust as a believer, maybe, you know. As a non-believer, if you are watching this and you don't believe in God, specifically the God of the Bible or Jesus, you're gonna have even a harder time. You know, that's something else. I'm talking about believers in Jesus Christ, but of course, I'm also talking about people who don't believe. You know, but it's a little bit harder for you because you don't believe, so you don't have the power of the Holy Spirit to help you control. How do you overcome lust? Do you know how you overcome lust? You control it. How do you control it? By the power of God. If you don't have the power of God, forget it. You can turn off this video. It's not going to work. I mean, you can control it to some degree, but a week later or 2 weeks later or a month later, you're going to fall back into lust. You cannot defeat lust. Or if you're so excessive and you're so intense that you're obsessive and extreme by just blocking and no phone, no internet, no nothing, sure, you could probably control it, probably for a long time, but it'll come, you're going to fail in like a year or something, or in like a year or 2 or 3. It's going to come back. You need the power of God to be able to control lust. Can you defeat lust forever? You can't. Lust in this world, lust in your body, lust as a human being on earth can only be controlled. You cannot defeat it. You can control it, and that's the best you can do. Why? Because we are waiting for a new body. Read the Bible, my friends. We need a new body. Once we get our new bodies at the second coming of Jesus Christ, the sin nature is cut. It's done. This body is still sinful flesh. Read what Apostle Paul says. There are two laws. The law of sin and the law of the Spirit of God. Always fighting each other. Do you remember the verse? The law of sin and the law of God fighting each other constantly, day and day and day and day, every moment. They fight each other. That's why lust cannot be killed. You can't overcome lust right now. Well, you can. You overcome lust by controlling it. That's it. But yes, so let me clear it up so nobody attacks me. You can overcome lust by controlling it. Can you defeat lust forever? Can you destroy lust in your life? Can you be perfect without lust? You can't. Why? Because this body is sinful flesh. I'm aging. I will die. This body does not belong to God. This is why we age. This is why one day we're going to die. Because this body is not part of God's kingdom. This body is not part of God's plan. This body is not of the Holy Spirit. We are waiting for our new bodies. Read Romans. Okay? So that's how you overcome lust. You overcome lust by controlling it. And you can control it 100% every day, every moment, and be victorious in Jesus Christ. You can overcome lust. Temptation may come and you sense it, but you control it. No, I don't want it. Get out. I'm not watching that. No, get out. Throw your phone away. Get your eyes off that girl or whatever. Or get your eyes off that guy. You're overcoming lust. You're controlling it. But is that lust gone forever? No. Why? Because it's in your body. Lust is in the flesh. It's a law. L-A-W. It's called the law of sin. Read what the Apostle Paul said. Anyways, this video is a little bit long. I'm sorry. And I know I'm going to get hate for this video, but whatever. I'm here to share knowledge and to share lessons of what I know, what I've learned. And if you disagree, that's okay. It's okay, but this is to help you, okay? And sorry if I sound a little bit direct. That's just how I am. but I'm a kind guy, and I'm not trying to be rude, you know. So I pray that you are blessed, really, and that if you have any questions, leave a comment, you know, and I'll see if I can do some more videos on this. So be blessed, okay?